You need a ride, eh? Where are you off to? Oh? You're in luck then. I have to go down there for a job. Hop on in. I normally don't pick up hitchhikers, but you poor thing don't even have a raincoat. If you reach behind you, there's a heavy blanket in the back somewhere. It has some old oil stains on it, but it's warm and dry. You look soaked. That button there is for seat heating, but I think one of the cables might be defective and you can't turn it up all the way. Haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. But the medium setting works just fine and should be enough to ensure you don't get a cold. What are you even doing out here in this kind of weather all by yourself? We're quite far from the city. The weather forecast said there's a thunderstorm cooking up and advised people to stay indoors, so... Oh, jeez. And they just kicked you out in the middle of nowhere? That's not really what friends do, don't you think? You're lucky anyone's even driving this way with how the weather's been behaving. I was thinking about taking the main road at first, but I had a feeling there might be an accident, considering how wet the streets are and how little you can see through the rain. I suppose I'm glad I didn't. But we will have to go on the highway in a little bit. Let's just hope the other drivers behave. The radio isn't working at the moment. Bad connection and a few little bugs in the system. So we'll either have to fill the ride with awkward silence or awkward banter. Your choice. I know, I'll have to get that fixed too. I've been a bit busy lately. Yeah, I travel a lot for work. Never get to stay in one spot for very long. But I'm fine with it. You get used to it eventually. Especially when you don't have anyone waiting for you at home. It's actually quite nice. Somewhat of a freeing feeling to just be able to see more of the country without having to worry about anyone feeling left behind. Enough of that though. I'm sure it's boring you already. And I don't really like talking about my personal affairs too much. I'm not even sure why I'm telling you this to begin with. Maybe you just have a very relaxing aura. You could make for a good spy. Anyways, why were you and your friends even out here in the first place? Camping? In this weather? The more you tell me about those people, the weirder they get. Is this the right way? You're not in a hurry, are you? Good. because I don't plan on going much faster than this. The car is company property, and I'd rather not get scolded by the boss again. And as good as my reflexes may be, you can barely see a car's length ahead. I'd rather not ask for it. You look comfy. Have you warmed up a little by now? I'm glad. We'll still take a bit to get to our destination, but you're rather nice company. I never thought picking up a hitchhiker would be this pleasant.
Got new info on your target. Picture sending now.
Well, that's awkward. I could have sworn I turned that off. Wait. Is that you in this picture? You've got to be kidding me. Let's just turn that off and pretend like nothing happened. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? I can't just take you out in the middle of the road, in a company car nonetheless. The cleaning bill and damage to the inside of it would get me in a lot of trouble. And the next exit is still a couple of miles away. Don't even think about that. Despite how slow I'm going, we are now on a highway in heavy rain. You'd cause an accident and probably traumatize whatever poor driver can't stop their car in time. We'll figure this out somehow, okay? Just stay calm and don't try anything stupid. I don't have any weapons in there. Just a bunch of papers, some tissues, and sanitizing wipes. Unless you plan on chewing up my documents and spitting them at me, that won't really help you. Actually, there has to be a little box of mints around here somewhere. Could you dig that out for me while you're at it? No, it's not a trick. I just really like the way they taste. You can have one too if you like, but they're a bit spicy. Oh, come on. I'm trying to ease the situation a bit. There's no sense in letting the tension grow even worse for the next few minutes, don't you think? What did you even do that somebody would want you dead? You don't seem like the type of sleazy gangster I usually have to deal with. No idea at all. Strange. Anyways, I suppose my initial idea of inviting you to dinner won't work out too well anymore. Jeez, what a weird situation. You looked hungry. I didn't get the chance to ask you yet. Was going to suggest it when we got into the city, but that idea is down the drain now. I guess I'll have to find a secluded spot for the two of us instead, and not in the fun way. I mean, even if you were to run away, I'd only lose my element of surprise. And maybe having dinner together could still be fun? Dumb idea, I know. Fraternizing with the target. Not something I'd ever thought I'd try. At least not like this. What a strange coincidence, too. Receiving the job to find you just as you're sitting in my car, huddled up in a blanket, soaked from the rain. If I've learned anything in my time being, it's that looks can be deceitful. But I've never had anyone put up that good of an act. Normally, I can see right through people. They may have an innocent face, but you can tell by that subtle undertone in their voice. The way that they stare at you just a little too intensely. The nervous glancing around or way too casual stance. Or how a fine muscle on their face keeps twitching. But you're a tough one. I can't hear so much as the slightest hint of guilt or evil intent in your voice. You didn't switch up at all when the message came through. If anything, you seem scared. Like a mouse that's been trapped in a cage. You try to puff up your fur to seem bigger. Scramble around to find something to protect yourself with. You don't seem like a bad person. Can you think of anyone who might want to get rid of you for whatever reason? Maybe you upset somebody, or seen something you shouldn't have. As if that actually matters now. Even if you were entirely innocent, you've seen my face. You know what I do. Or at least you got a pretty good hint. Doesn't take a detective to connect the dots. I just can't let you skip off on your own jolly way. Maybe it would have been better had I never stopped to pick you up. But you probably would have caught your death out there, too. Well, not like in here is any better. That really is quite an unlucky day for you, whichever way it would have ended. And there's our exit. Do you have a favorite restaurant in town? I mean, prisoners also get a last meal, don't they? And you seem nice. We don't have to, but I'm getting a bit hungry as well. It's been a long day, and I think we both deserve a nice meal. Anything you want, I'll pay. I suppose that's the least I can do.